G'day legends, the UFC is back in London this weekend with UFC Fight Night Evloev versus Murphy, live from the O2 Arena. London cards are always wild, the UK crowd is absolutely mental, and they always bring insane energy every single time. This card is headlined by an undefeated featherweight showdown between Moza Evloev and Leroy Murphy, and it's a massive fight for the 145-pound division. Evloev comes in with a perfect 19-0 record, known for his relentless pressure, elite wrestling, and cardio that never quits. He drags opponents into deep waters and controls the pace every round. Across from him is Murphy, the native known as the Miracle. Undefeated at 17-0-1, Murphy is a sharp striker with timing, power, and the ability to end the fight in a flash. Fighting in front of a home crowd gives him even more fire. With both fighters still unbeaten, something's got to give.
Somebody's O has got to go.
And the winner could be right in line for a future title shot against Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Before we dive into the rest of the card, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. Now let's grab a pint of beer, kick back, enjoy the fights, and trust the pause. Kicking off the card in the women's bantamweight division, we have Melissa Mullins taking on Luana Carolina. Mullins wins the fight by turning it into a physical contest and forcing Luana to deal with pressure. Her success comes from pushing forward and closing the distance and making the exchanges happen on her terms. When Mullins can keep an opponent backing up, she's able to land heavier shots and make the fight feel more comfortable. The more the fight takes place in close range against the cage, the more it favours Mullins. She wants to get the fight to the ground. If she consistently pressures and keeps the tempo high, she can make Carolina fight at a pace that limits her ability to move freely. Carolina's path is built around distance and activity. She performs best when she can stay mobile, fight at range, and keep striking exchanges on the outside. When she's able to maintain space, she can land consistently while avoiding heavier shots coming back. Keeping the fight moving is key. By staying active and forcing Mullins to chase her, she can control the rhythm of the fight and gradually build an advantage over the rounds. Mullins' pressure and physicality could allow her to control the fight. Mullins' pressure and physicality could allow her to control where the fight takes place. By constantly closing the distance and forcing exchanges, she can make the rounds competitive and potentially end them out with forward pressure and control, leading to a decision victory. Give me Melissa Mullins by decision.
The new moon rode high in the crown of the metropolis, shining like who on top.
Next up, we have another women's fight in the strawweight division between Shanelle Dyer versus Ravena Oliveira. Dyer wins by pushing a pace and turning the fight into a physical contest. Her success comes from moving forward and applying pressure and forcing exchanges where she can dictate the tempo. When Dyer is the one closing the distance and initiating the action, she's able to make the fight uncomfortable and keep her opponents reacting rather than setting their own rhythm. If she can keep the fight aggressive and prevent long periods at range, she can make it difficult for her opponent to settle into clean striking flow. Oliveira's path to victory comes from staying composed and controlling the pace of the fight. She performs best when she can remain patient and pick her moments, and capitalize on openings during exchanges. By staying disciplined and not getting drawn into unnecessary brawls, she can gradually take control of the fight. If she can manage distance well and times her offensive effectively, she can begin to dictate the rhythm and limit the effectiveness of her opponent's pressure. I'm leaning towards Shanelle Dyer by decision. The fight looks like it'll stay mostly standing, with Dyer maintaining distance and controlling the pace. Oliveira is dangerous if she gets the fight to the mat, but Dyer's volume and pressure should be enough to edge the rounds. Give me Shanelle Dyer by decision. And in the lightweight division, we have Shamrock taking on Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady. Shamrock wants to make the fight physical and force grappling exchanges where he can control the position. He wants to close that distance, initiate clinching situations, and turn the battle of control rather than clean striking contest. When Rock is able to dictate where the fight takes place, he can slow the tempo and make the bout uncomfortable. By constantly engaging and forcing his opponent to deal with pressure in close quarters, he can generally take control of the fight. Kareem's path for victory comes from keeping the fight competitive in the striking exchanges and maintaining a steady pace. He performs well when he can stay composed and throw with confidence, and take advantage of moments when the opponent overcommits. If he keeps the fight in open space and lands the cleaner strikes during exchanges, he can start to dictate the rhythm and build momentum as the fight progresses. Rock's ability to turn the fight into a more physical contest and control the exchanges take place could allow him to manage the pace and edge the rounds through pressure and positional control. Give me Shamrock by decision. And in the heavyweight division, we have two of the big boys going at it. Sutherland versus Brando Peričić. Louie will want to control the pace by using his striking to dictate where the fight takes place. He performs best when he can stay composed and pick his shots carefully, but force his opponent to react. By maintaining the range and landing with timing, he can make exchanges favour him while avoiding unnecessary risks. When he keeps the fight at preferred distance and sets the rhythm, he can gradually build an advantage and wear down his opponents over the course of the bout. Brando wants to come with pressure and aggression. He thrives when he can push forward, force exchanges, and make the fight uncomfortable for his opponent. By cutting the cage and initiating striking or clinch sequences, Brando can control where the fight takes place and impose his style. If he keeps the pressure constantly and lands heavy shots at the right moment, he can turn exchanges into fight-ending opportunities. Brando's aggression, pressure, and ability to dictate exchanges give him the tools to land fight-ending strikes. Give me Brando Peričić by knockout.
What? Give me the fortune, keep the fame, said my man Lewis. I agreed, know what he mean because we live the truest lie.
In the next bout of the middleweight division, we have Antonio Trócoli taking on Mantas Kondratavičius. Antonio wants to have smart striking and patience. If he can maintain the distance and pick his moments and avoid overcommitting by staying composed and landing clean shots while managing the pace, he can gradually build an advantage over the rounds. When he keeps the fight at range and dictates the tempo, he can force his opponents to react rather than set rhythm. Mantas' path comes from pressure and aggression, and he can push forward, initiate exchanges, and make the fight uncomfortable. By cutting the cage and keeping the action close, he can impose his style and force Antonio into defensive situations. If he maintains consistent pressure and lands decisive shots during the exchanges, he can turn the fight in his favour. Mantas' forward pressure and ability to force exchanges give him the edge. By keeping Antonio uncomfortable and landing powerful strikes at key moments, he has the tools to finish the fight before it reaches the judges. Give me Mantas Kondratavičius by knockout. And for those of you that are rocking my pronunciations, all I have to say to you is this.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
Again, in the heavyweight division, we have Pinto versus Felipe Franco. Mario wants to push a pace and use technical striking to dictate where the fight takes place. He performs best when he stays composed and picks his shots carefully and avoids unnecessary risks. By maintaining his range and landing precise, powerful strikes, Mario can turn exchanges into fight-ending opportunities. If he sets the rhythm and keeps the fight at preferred distance, he forces his opponent to react and opens chances for defensive shots. Felipe wants to come with aggression and forward pressure. He wants to push a pace and initiate exchanges and make the fight uncomfortable for his opponent. By controlling where the action happens and forcing the fight in close range, he can create openings for significant strikes or finishes. He keeps constant pressure and lands heavy shots at the right moments. He can turn exchanges into fight-ending opportunities. Mario's precision striking and ability to control distance allow him to capitalize on openings and land fight-ending shots. By staying composed and landing powerful strikes, he has the tools to finish the fight before it reaches the judges. Give me Mario Pinto by knockout. In the featherweight division, we have Nathaniel Woody taking on Losene Keita. Woods wants to control the face with versatile striking and movement. He performs best when he can mix distance management with well-timed attacks, forcing his opponents to react rather than dictate the action. By controlling pressure with smart striking, Wood can frustrate his opponent and take control of the exchanges. When he keeps the fight dynamic and avoids prolonged risk, he can gradually build an advantage over the rounds. Keita's path to victory comes from aggression and forward pressure. He does thrive when he pushes a pace and forces exchanges that make the fight uncomfortable. By controlling the center of the octagon and imposing his style, he can capitalize on openings during striking or clinch sequences. If he manages consistent pressure and lands heavy shots at key moments, he can swing the momentum in his favor. Keita's aggression and ability to force exchanges put him in control of the fight. By applying constant pressure and landing decisive strikes during the openings, he has the tools to finish Wood before the fight goes to the judges. Give me Losene Keita by knockout. Next up in the lightweight division, we have Mason Jones taking on Axel Sola. Jones wants to use his movement and timing and versatile striking to control the pace of the fight. He's at his best when he can mix range with well-timed attacks, forcing his opponents to react rather than dictate the exchanges. By staying composed and picking his shots carefully, Jones can frustrate his opponent and take over the rounds. Sola's path to victory comes from forward pressure and aggression. He thrives when he can push the pace and force exchanges and impose his style. By controlling the center of the octagon constantly, challenging his opponent, Sola can create openings for powerful striking or fight-ending opportunities. Jones's ability to control distance and dictate the rhythm allows him to outpoint Sola over the course of the fight. Give me Mason Jones by decision. Starting the main event in the featherweight division, we have Curtis Campbell taking on Denny Silva. Campbell wants to control the pace using his striking and dictating the fight. He's at his best when he stays composed, mixes in distance with well-timed attacks, and forces his opponents to react. By picking his shots carefully and managing the tempo, Campbell can frustrate Silva and take control of the exchanges. Silva wants to come in with pressure and forward aggression. He thrives when he can push a pace and force exchanges and make the fight uncomfortable. By controlling the center of the octagon and initiating strikes, clinch sequences, Silva can create openings for significant strikes or fight-ending moments. Campbell's ability to control distance, pick his shots and manage the pace allows him to outpoint Silva over the course of the fight. Give me Curtis Campbell by decision.
Look, On everything, I gave everything and got nothing back. Ain't looking for no pat on backs, that ain't how we.
In the middleweight division, we have Roman Dolidze taking on Christian Leroy Duncan. Dolidze wants to control the pace by mixing his striking and grappling opportunities. He's at his best when he can dictate where the fight takes place, and he keeps his opponent guessing and unable to set into a rhythm. By combining pressure with well-timed attacks, Dolidze can frustrate Duncan and take control of exchanges. He wants to maintain that range and impose his game plan. He can gradually wear down his opponent and build an advantage. Duncan wants to be aggressive and have forward pressure. He thrives when he can push a pace and force the exchanges that make the fight uncomfortable for his opponents. By controlling the center of the octagon and initiating strikes, Duncan create openings for significant strikes to build control over the rounds. He wants to maintain constant pressure and land clean, effective strikes. He can gradually accumulate an advantage over time. Duncan's ability to control pace, apply constant pressure, and land effective strikes over the course of the fight allow him to outpoint Dolidze. Give me Christian Leroy Duncan by decision. In the light heavyweight division, we have Evloev taking on Austin Lane. Evloev wants to control the distance using his striking and dictate where the fight takes place. He'll want to mix his movement with timing, force his opponent to react, and set the pace. By staying composed and landing powerful, accurate strikes, he can turn exchanges into fight-ending opportunities. If he maintains that range and capitalizes on opening, he can land decisive shots. Lane will want to move forward with pressure and aggression, and if he can push a pace and force exchanges to make the fight uncomfortable and control the center of the octagon, landing the heavier shots, he can create opportunities to finish the fight. If he keeps constant pressure and lands decisive strikes at the right moment, he can swing the momentum in his favor. Evloev's precision striking and ability to control the distance allow him to capitalize on openings and land fight-ending shots. Give me Evloev by knockout. Next up, in the welterweight division, Michael Page taking on Sam Patterson. This is a make-it-weird fight for Page. The more awkward, the better. He wants Patterson reacting, guessing, and second-guessing everything that comes back at him. If Page is bouncing in and out, switching stances, and firing those sneaky shots you don't see coming, he's in control. It's less about volume and more about moments. He chips away and lands eye-catching stuff and makes Patterson look a step behind all night. Patterson's got one job: drag this into a real fight. None of that point-scoring distance kickboxing stuff. He needs to close the gap, stay in Page's face, and turn it scrappy. And look for takedowns. If he can control Page, make it uncomfortable, and force exchanges instead of watching him, that's where things flip. Chaos favors Patterson way more than a clean technical fight. This feels like a fight fought on Page's terms. He's too good at controlling range and making fights look low impact while still winning rounds. Patterson will have moments, but Page probably banks the round with cleaner, flashier work. Give me Michael Venom Page by decision. In the co-main event of the evening, in the featherweight division, we have Luke Riley taking on Michael Axel Jr. Riley's game here is patience. He doesn't need to rush anything. If he stays sharp, picks his shots, and doesn't get baited into a brawl, he can slowly take over. Think clean, measured striking, touching Maxwell up without overextending. If he keeps things tidy, he's the one scoring while the other guy is chasing. Axel has to turn this into a grind. Forward, forward, forward. No space, no comfort. He needs Riley reacting instead of thinking. If you can make it ugly and push him back, force exchanges, and land the heavier shots, that's how he steals momentum and potentially breaks him late. Riley just feels like the cleaner operator here. Maxwell will bring pressure, but unless he really disrupts the rhythm, Riley likely pieces him up over time and cruises on the cards. Give me Luke Riley by decision.
And overseas, quick coast and overseas. Fuck those who don't believe. They will never want to admit I'm the best here for the mere fact that I've got ovaries.
And in the main event of the evening, in the featherweight division, we have Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. Movsar's brilliant is simple, but brutal to deal with. Close the distance, chain wrestle, rinse and repeat. He doesn't need to dominate positions for long, just keep Murphy thinking about the takedown every second. It's that consistent grind that breaks down fighters. Even when he's not landing big damage, he's winning minutes, and that adds up fast. Murphy's key is discipline, stick and move, don't get greedy, and absolutely don't get stuck underneath. If he can keep it at striking range, stay light on his feet, and make Evloev shoot from too far out, he can pick him apart. This is hit and don't be there performance if he wins. Murphy will have success early, but Evloev's pressure and wrestling usually take over as the fight goes on. It won't be flashy, but it'll be effective. Control time, cage work, and rounds in the bank. Give me Movsar Evloev by decision.